So Ryan Tannehill is good at football. And this is something that I've kind of been talking about for a minute now, is he gets a lot of, I feel like, I won't say criticism, but people don't necessarily give him the credit he probably deserves due to the offense he plays in. And I wanted to talk about that for a second because there's actually some interesting statistics if you look at it. So first, this statistic is surprising. So you see his play action versus no play action stats. The number you see on the right is passer rating. They're pretty similar. I mean, the play action is a little bit better, but it's not incredibly better like you might expect. You know, the narrative of Ryan Tannehill is he's just a play action quarterback. Well, that's not entirely true. Again, there is some degree of it goes up during play action, but this is actually a little bit below the norm. Typically, guys' passer rating goes up even more with play action. Usually you expect about a 10-point jump. So this is a bit on the low side, if anything. You then have this, which isn't necessarily a surprise, but it's worth mentioning that, when he throws a screen pass, play action not very good. We'll get into that once we get into the film. Without a screen, very good. And one more stat is this one. When he's not blitzed, it's still a good passer rating of 101.0. But when he is blitzed, his passer rating actually goes up. So don't blitz the Tennessee Titans, basically, is the lesson that you can learn here. But let's start off with this play. This is why I think a lot of the blitzing statistics are the way that they are. This is my guess. It's cover 3 of some kind. It might be just a straight up cover 3 zone. I believe there's some sort of, it looks like there's like a run blitz. It might just be a player biting onto play action too hard. But the fact that I can't tell the difference there kind of goes to show my point, is that basically if you run play action and there's a blitz, well, that just makes the play action typically work better unless someone can get to the quarterback immediately. Because watch, right when this play starts, so there's the handoff, and now, with the added pressure, there's even less guys over the middle. Everyone is at the line of scrimmage, and A.J. Brown is just completely wide open. So I'm not sure how much of that is a Tannehill stat. It might just be a Titans offense stat. But again, if you're the Titans, you kind of say, well, who cares? We have basically our entire offense. We lost Corey Davis, but we added Julio Jones. So kind of an upgrade there. It's a relatively easy throw for Tannehill to make right here. And this play is a good example. And I want to be very clear when I'm talking about Tannehill. I'm not trying to sit here and say the Titans aren't a play action team. Listen, clearly play action is a significant part of their game, even if it doesn't necessarily, have incredible stats compared to not play action. Part of that is they run play action a ton. They run it 36.2% of the time. So over a third of their passing plays, and to be clear, that's how many of Tannehill's passes are under play action, not play action plays just as a whole. So over a third of the time that Tannehill throws, it is with a play action. So maybe if they ran it less, the disparity would jump a little bit. But here's a good example of why play action is so effective with Derrick Henry in the backfield. It's a play action with A.J. Brown running over the middle. And this is kind of, if you're a Tannehill hater, this is the play you'll bring up. Because watch how Tannehill does fake the handoff. And, there's a Pittsburgh player who's dropping back, trying to get into this play, but he's in a tough spot, right? He has to look at Tannehill to try and see where the ball is, or he can try to look at A.J. Brown to figure out exactly where Brown is. It's tough to do because you're directly in between both of them, and Tannehill's going to do a good job on this play. I mean, look, as you see, just a bullet, perfect throw, and then Brown makes a move, and he is eventually going to get a touchdown here. I'm going to have to pause it for a second so there's no copyright. But, able to get a touchdown right away, and really, let's be honest, Tannehill didn't have to do too much on that play. He had to do some, for sure, but it wasn't the highest degree of difficulty play for Ryan Tannehill, and certainly not the one that you kind of expect when you think, okay, quarterback getting a 73-yard touchdown. Well, it wasn't quite a lot of his doing, and that does happen, and it is worth mentioning. But to go over stuff like this, when there's obvious passing situations, the Titans can be fine, and I assume they'll be even better once Julio Jones is there. The Titans can just run a regular standard passing offense if they have to. On a play like this, it's zone coverage. You see the route that he likes on the screen and watch what happens. So right when this play starts, it's Corey Davis going up against a linebacker here, so that's part of why Tannehill likes it. So He gets open right away. And watch what Tannehill's going to do, though. Just a perfectly accurate throw, gets it there, doesn't quite get the first down, but sets up a 3rd down and 1. And again, it's just easy. And kind of my point about Tannehill is a lot of what the Titans did when they got him, what Arthur Smith did when, this relationship was formed, is they kind of just said, let's just make this offense easy. Tannehill's such a great athlete. Let's just focus on that. You don't have to do these crazy things, trying to, figure out all these different kind of route concepts and all of that stuff. Just throw it to the guy I want you to throw it to. That's what Tannehill did there. Like, watch, this is another example. This is not going to be a play action. This is, a 3rd down and 2. The Lions suspect a passing play could be happening. It is a cover 1 blitz, and it's going to be, just a single safety deep man-on-man coverage. And this is also part of why Tannehill can be effective against blitzing, is it creates man coverage, which he's actually fine with. Again, I know this offense is built around zone coverage, but they can attack man coverage too. They really can. And they'll especially be able to do so once Julio gets there. But watch. Tannehill takes a snap and he's going to fire a bullet right here, perfectly accurate, and pick the right matchup to pick up that first down. So again, stuff like that is what Tannehill can do very well and very effectively. And that's part of why I do consider him a good quarterback. Even though he's in a good situation, I don't hold it against him as much, because even when that situation isn't as good, he can thrive. Last play I'll talk about, this is going to be it's not even really a screen pass. I'm not sure if this is ruled a screen pass or not, because it's really a check down. But this is the main reason why I think that his numbers aren't very good with screen passes. It's less about the fact that they're bad and he's making bad decisions, or just the screen passes don't do well. It's just that they don't typically do exceptionally well. So on this play, it is man coverage. You see Derrick Henry's route. And let's just be honest. Derrick Henry, he can catch, but he's not Christian McCaffrey out there. He's a running back who specializes in running with the football, which is, if you're going to specialize in one thing as a running back, that's what you want to do. And watch what happens. So Tannehill takes a snap. Eventually Henry is going to get open, and it's fine. He's able to pick up some yards on this play. Again, this wasn't, I don't believe, ruled a screen, so maybe it's irrelevant. But kind of stuff like this is they would get like 5 yards a lot of times with their screen passes. That tends to be how it would work, which is just simply why the screen passes didn't work out as well, which is why that number is there, I think. Just so, I was curious, so I looked it up. Kind of irrelevant to the rest of the video, but there you go. So yeah, that just about sums up my thoughts on Tannehill. He's a good quarterback. Again, is he Aaron Rodgers? I guess not. But you know what? Only one guy is Aaron Rodgers, right? So there's a lot he does very well. He can run an offense well. And I guess he's kind of the poster child of my main point when I talk about quarterbacks, which is I want a quarterback who's great when things are going well. I care less about a quarterback who can turn the worst offense in the league into the 15th best offense in the league, because that offense in the league still doesn't, win a Super Bowl. I want a team that's going to win a Super Bowl. So I'd like to see how you do with talent around you instead of how you do without talent around you. And Tannehill with talent around him is pretty good. So that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.